Taehyung, I think this house is bigger than my whole childhood. Remember it under his breath, not realizing someone was watching from the top of the stairs. Jungkook leaned on the railing, his dark suit grip on an eye unbearable. He had that calm kind of arrogance, the one that didn't need word to make you feel small. Jungkook, you were here to clean, not talk to yourself. Taehyung looked up surprised, not scared. Instantly, he smiled frankly. Taehyung talking help us me focus, sir. But if you want, I can hum instant. Jungkook blinked, taken aback by the easy tone. No one in this house talked to him like that. Jungkook, just do your job. He turned away, but Taehyung soft followed him. Taehyung had only been in the mansion for 3 days, yet the place already felt cold enough to freeze his laughter. The other staff avoided Jungkook's path like he was a thunderstorm. The head maid Jin had warned him that morning. Jin, he's not cruel, Taehyung, just complicated. Don't take his word too hard. Taehyung, I grew up with was word. Jin, don't worry. He said it with a smile, but his eyes told another story, the kind of tire that nearly goes away. Still, Taehyung worked with quiet grace. He sang while cleaning, joked with the garden, and even managed to make the butler laugh once. The mansion for the first time had a heartbeat again. That evening, Jungkook found himself watching Taehyung at the library window. The rain had stopped and Taehyung was outside helping the gardener move a few plant, plants. There was something oddly peaceful about him, the way he smiled, the way his eyes softened when he looked at the sky. Jungkook to himself, he strained. He didn't even realize he was smiling until Jin spoke from behind him. Jin, it's been years since you looked out that window, sir. Jungkook always said that summer had its own small, warm grass with soil and the faint sweetness of his grandmother's garden. And somewhere in all that, every single year there was Taehyung, the boy with soft eyes and a smile that appeared the second Jungkook stepped out of his grandmother's old wooden gate. Jungkook would arrive with a backpack full of toys, snacks, and a tight. mm, But the moment he saw Taehyung waiting under the mango tree, waving exactly, he forgot everything else. They hugged like they hadn't seen each other in years, even thought it had only been a few months since the last summer. Every year was same, every year was perfect. Taehyung birthday always happening during Jungkook visit. This year Taehyung turned 18 and Jungkook took the gift ceremony very seriously. He spent the whole night choosing the teddy bear from the market, a soft brown one with a red bow. But he wasn't the only one who brought the teddy. His father, who traveled abroad for work, held floor on just for the day. He walked into the house with a big smile and a teddy almost in the Taehyung eyes sparkled as he held both teddies, one in each arm. They look like brothers. Jungkook, then keep them both. They all stay with you. Taehyung, of course. He hugged Jungkook so tightly that Jungkook nearly lost his breath. No one expected the phone call. Taehyung and Jungkook were sleeping in the living room. Blanket tossed everywhere after a long day of games. The adult whispered loudly in the kitchen. Jungkook didn't understand, but he heard Taehyung's mother crying. The next morning, Taehyung wasn't at the door waiting. He wasn't in the garden. He wasn't anywhere. Jungkook's grandmother held him gently. Grandmother, Taehyung's father met and when returned from abroad, Jungkook frozen. He didn't know what to say. All he could think was Taehyung must be so scared. I need to see him. He ran to Taehyung's house immediately, but the house was quiet, too quiet. There were boxes in the living room, clothes stretched on the chairs, Taehyung drawing gone from the walls. His mother was talking to a man Jungkook had never seen before, an uncle. Maybe they didn't notice the little boy stepping inside. Jungkook felt something cold wrapped around him. Jungkook softly, "Where is Taehyung?" No one answered. He reached the house room by room, heart racing. The bedroom, the kitchen, the backyard, Taehyung wasn't there. But in Taehyung's room, on the bed, Jungkook found one teddy bear, the bigger one with the blue bow. The teddy from Taehyung's father. Jungkook picked it up gently. Jungkook whispered, "Taehyung, you left this." He didn't understand why. He didn't understand anything except that his friend was gone. He held the teddy to his chest as if it was the last piece of Taehyung he could hold. And that night, Jungkook left for his parents' house, crying the teddy tightly in his arms. But when he packed his little bag, he grabbed only one thing that felt safe: the teddy from Jungkook with the red bow. He thought it was Jungkook's gift. He thought he carried Jungkook's warmth. He didn't know Jungkook had picked up the other teddy. He didn't know they were carrying matching pieces of each other. As the car drove away, Taehyung pressed the teddy to his chest and whispered, "Taehyung, Jungkook, don't forget me." Years passed, but not the memory. Jungkook grew up remembering one soft thing, summer with Taehyung. He didn't return to his grandmother's house for a few years. His parents were busy, changed, and little by little the visits stopped, but he still kept the teddy. When he missed Taehyung, the boy who would laugh under the mango tree, he would hold the teddy and imagine Taehyung smile again. He didn't know where Taehyung was. He didn't know if Taehyung was safe. He didn't even know if Taehyung remembered him, but Jungkook remembered every day. And that teddy with the blue bow sat on his shelf like promise. Time moved forward even when heart stayed behind. Jungkook was now young Jungkook, a young CEO, calm, self-respected. People admire him, but few know how lonely he sometimes felt. One day his company hired a new house staff member from the CEO residence, a quiet, polite young man. When Jungkook came home that evening, he saw him for the first time, a familiar softness in the eyes, a familiar gentleness in the way he arranged the flower, a familiar way of tucking hair behind the ear. Jungkook picked card. "Jungkook, excuse me, what is your name?" The young man looked up and the world stopped. Even after all these years, Jungkook would have known that face anywhere. "Taehyung, my name is Kim Taehyung." Jungkook's heart felt like it had been thrown back into childhood, but Taehyung didn't recognize him. He bowed politely, distant like to any employer. And on his waist, Jungkook noticed something small, a faded red ribbon, the ribbon from the teddy bear he gave those years. But Taehyung didn't know he was standing in front of Jungkook, the boy who used to wait under the mango tree, not at. That night, Jungkook stood outside Taehyung's small room, hesitated inside. Taehyung was sitting by the window, the teddy bear on his, softly humming a tune. Jungkook didn't knock, he just listened for a moment to the quiet hum of the sound of raining started again, and the warmth he didn't realize he missed. Jin, that next morning you didn't sleep again, did you? Jungkook, I had things on my mind, Jin, things like certain new characters. Jungkook didn't reply, but his silence said enough. That evening, when Taehyung accidentally tripped over a flower vase and started plunging, Jungkook stopped him. "Jungkook, it's fine." Taehyung, "But Jungkook," I said, "it's fine. Just be careful." Taehyung blinked in surprise. "Taehyung, wait, you are not mad?" "Jungkook, do you want me to pee?" Taehyung, "Oh, not really, but it felt strange. Usually everyone." "Jungkook, then maybe you should stop giving me reason to." Taehyung, "Maybe you should stop finding reason in everything I do." The mansion woke up slowly. The next morning, sunlight slipped through the window curtain, filled the hall with soft gold. Taehyung yawned as he He's open, his hair is still a little messy from sleep. He looked at the note Jungkook had left the night before, still near his bed. He folded the note carefully, placed it inside a small box along with his teddy bear and left from the kitchen. Jin, morning sunshine, you are smiling too. Early dangerous sign? Think maybe I just had a good dream, Jin, or maybe the young master finally learned how to smile at something that breathes. Think almost laughed. Think don't teach him too much, Jin. He might actually fire me next time. Jin, he won't. He already used to hearing your footsteps around the house. Taehyung blinked, confused. Taehyung, you talk like you know everything, Jin. I've been worked here long enough to read between the silence, dear. Before Taehyung could reply, footsteps echo through the hall. Jungkook walked in, half buttoned shirt, hair slightly tossed, clearly not used to morning with company. Jungkook, good morning. The two words were simple but ever Jin. Frozen mid sip of coffee, Jin. Did I just hear a good morning from you? Jungkook, you must be hearing things. He grabbed a cup and turned away, hiding the faint smile tugged at his lips. When Taehyung beat back a laugh, Taehyung, good morning, sir. Jungkook, don't make it sound like I'm your teacher. Taehyung, then how should I say it? Maybe morning boss or hey sunshine? Jin choked on his drink. Jungkook shoot Taehyung's a sharp look, but Taehyung only smiled wider. Taehyung day passed quickly. The day passed quickly. Quietly, Jungkook stayed in his study and Taehyung cleaned the room. But every few minutes his mind drifted back to that short exchange in the morning. The way Jungkook was had softened for a moment, as if forgetting his distance between them. By evening the sky turned pink and the stars gathered in the kitchen. Jin had baked cookies and Taehyung helped arrange things. The sound of the main door opened and everyone glanced up. Jin, he is home early again. Taehyung, he? Jin, Flixie, the young master, younger brother. Before Taehyung could ask, a bright voice filled the hall. Flixie, Hyung, I miss you. Jungkook appeared near the entrance, expression soft slightly. Jin, Flixie, you were supposed to come without telling me. Flixie, I wanted to surprise you. Flixie noticed the staff gathered near the kitchen and gave a polite bow. But when his eyes leaned on Taehyung, his face lit up. Flixie, oh, new face. Who are you? Taehyung, I'm Kim Taehyung. I work here as a caretaker. Flix caretaker? You look more like someone who owned the place. Taehyung laughed awkwardly. Taehyung, trust me, I'm still trying to figure out which way the living room is. Flixie and clapped him on the shoulder. Flixie, I like you already. From the corner, Jungkook was silently. Something sharp flickered in his gaze. The next few days, Flix's presence filled the mansion with warmth. He was cheerful and had the kind of personality that draws laughter easily. Taehyung found himself enjoying the young man's company. They were talking while organizing the library, shared snacks, and even enjoying while cooking. But Jungkook didn't enjoy it one bit. Every time he walked into a room, Flixie and Taehyung seemed to be laughing about something, and every time Taehyung smiled, Jungkook chatted him just a little more. One afternoon, Jungkook entered the dining room and found Flexi Taehyung a spoonful of cake. Flexi, try this one. It's too sweet, but I think you like it. Taehyung laughing. If I get fired of eating these, you are explaining it. The sound of a spoon drop made theme turn. Jungkook stood near the door, expression unwavering. Jungkook, are you done playing? The words were calm, but the air suddenly felt colder. Flexi unaware of the storm. Flexi, we are just sharing cake. You should join too, Young. Jungkook, I'm not hungry. His eyes moved to Taehyung. Jungkook, and you? Next time, eat your meals in the staff area. Taehyung blinked surprised. Taehyung, but I was. Jungkook, that's an order. He turned and walked out before Taehyung could reply. Flexi, he is always like that. Don't take it personally. Taehyung, I won't, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. He said it quietly, forcing a smile. That night, Jungkook sat in his study and waited to focus on the reports in front of him. He kept seeing Taehyung smile. The way he laughed with Flix, it bothered him in a way he didn't understand. Jin, you've been glaring at the paper for 10 minutes. It didn't do anything wrong. Jungkook, he shouldn't be so close to Flixie. Jin, he is a staff member. Jungkook, not a prisoner. You can't control who he talked to. Jungkook, I'm not controlling him. I am. He stopped mid-sentence. Jin arise in April. Jin, oh, you are jealous. Jungkook, don't be ridiculous, Jin. Jin, then why does your face look like thunder every time? Flexi laughed near him. Jungkook didn't reply, but his silence said everything. The next morning, Jungkook was quieter than usual. Jungkook noticed it. The next morning, Taehyung was quieter than usual. Jungkook noticed it during breakfast. Jungkook, why aren't you talking today? Taehyung, you told me not to talk while walking. Jungkook, don't twist my words. Taehyung, then maybe you should stop giving me confusing ones. Jungkook sighed. Jungkook, Taehyung, listen. Jungkook, forget what I said yesterday. Taehyung looked up surprised. Taehyung, are you apologizing? Jungkook, if it keeps you from sulking, then yes. Taehyung, wow, that's great, John. Jungkook said sorry. I should write this in my diary. Jungkook looked away to hiding the smile target at his mouth. A few days later, while Taehyung was organizing the greenhouse, a sudden geyser began outside. He stepped out to bring the plants in. Just as Jungkook appeared holding an umbrella. Jungkook, you really didn't learn, do you? Jungkook then likes me. Jungkook, you all catch a cold, then you all have to take care of me. Jungkook frozen, then glanced away. Jungkook, don't joke like that. Why not? You will probably do it anyway. For a moment their eyes met. The sound of rain evaporated around them. Jungkook, you talk too much, Taehyung softly, only because you never do. The silence that followed was not empty, it was filled with something unspoken. That evening, Taehyung really did catch a fever. Jin found him half asleep near the window and rushed to tell Jungkook. Without hesitation, Jungkook went to his room. Taehyung weakly when Jungkook placed a cold cloth on his forehead. Taehyung half awake. You came? Jungkook, you shouldn't have walked in the rain. Taehyung, you always say that. Jungkook, because you never listen. There was a pause, then Taehyung smiled faintly. Taehyung, you catch cold, but your eyes, they are warm. Jungkook had frozen. Jungkook, go back to sleep. Taehyung, you care, don't you? Jungkook quietly. More than I should. Taehyung drifted back to sleep with a peaceful smile. The next morning, he woke up the smell of warm soup in his beside table. A note beside it read, "You talk too much, but the house feels quiet without your voice." Taehyung laughed softly, pressing the note to his chest. Later that week, Flixie prepared to leave for another business trip. Before going, Jungkook teasingly, "Flixie Hyun, you be nice to Taehyung. He's good for you." Jungkook, what do you mean? Flixie, you smile more these days. I think you needed him. Jungkook didn't respond, but he watched Taehyung. Taehyung had finished his work earlier than usual that evening. The mansion was quiet, the lights dim, and the soft sound of the city outside felt far away. He stood in the hallway checking the wash one last time before running to the staff quarter. But Jungkook was stopped at him. Jungkook, Taehyung, can you come to the living room for a moment? Taehyung frozen. Jungkook really called him at night. It made his heart jump a little. Thought he didn't understand why. Yes, sir, I'm coming. He entered the living room slowly. Jungkook wasn't sitting like a CEO this time. He was holding his phone or checking documents. He was steady by the fireplace holding something wrapped in a cloth. Something small. Taehyung titled his head, confused. Taehyung, is everything alright? Jungkook took a slow beat. His voice softer than Taehyung had ever heard. Taehyung, I want to show you something, and I want to tell you something important. Jungkook unwrapped the cloth gently, almost with trembling hands, and there it was. A teddy bear, old, warm, but kept with so much care. A blue bow titled neatly under its chin. Taehyung's eyes were instantly aged with trust. His hands soaked. He knew that teddy. He knew it better than his backpack. It was the teddy his father gave him on his 8th birthday. Taehyung covered his mouth. Taehyung, how? Where did you find this? Jungkook looked at him with a softness that made Taehyung's heart edge. Jungkook, Taehyung, this teddy was yours. I found in your house the day you disappeared. The world disappeared hit Taehyung deep inside. He remembered that day clearly, the carrying the boxes, the car, ride off to the orphanage. He remembered clutching the teddy with the red ribbon, believing it was Jungkook. He remembered losing everything else. Taehyung, sir, I don't understand. Why would you keep something like this? Jungkook took a small step closer. Jungkook, because it was the last thing you left behind, because it reminded me of you, because I never forget you. Then they parted. His voice trembled. Then she began, did you know me before? Jungkook gave a broke gentle smile. Jungkook, I know you better than anyone. We spent every summer together at my grandmother's house. Do you remember? I a small boy with bright eyes calling his name Jungkook. Taehyung took a slow step backward, overwhelmed. Taehyung, Jungkook, you are that Jungkook? He felt like the world for a moment. Jungkook nodded slowly. Jungkook, yes, the same boy who ran to your house every morning, the same boy who brought you a teddy with a red ribbon, the same boy who looked for you for years and felt tears gathering in his eyes. He remembered everything. Taehyung slowly into the couch and said to Taehyung, I thought you forget me. I thought I was just someone you met long ago. Jungkook, never forget you, not even once. Taehyung eyes softened, memories broken back. Taehyung, you used to bring me snacks to share with me. You used to protect me from the neighborhood boys. You even held my hand when I cried in the rain. Jungkook smiled lightly, Jungkook, and you used to settle my mango and laugh when I catch you. Taehyung laughed, a real soft laugh, two-handed, made in ears. It filled the room like a warm breeze. Slowly, Taehyung reached into his bag. His hand trembled as he pulled out the warm teddy he always kept, the teddy with the red ribbon, the one he believed Jungkook had given him. He placed it gently next to Jungkook's blue ribbon teddy, side by side. The two teddies looked like they were finally home. Taehyung's voice cracked. Taehyung, I kept this all my life, even when I had nothing. It was the only thing that made me feel safe. Jungkook eyes softened deeply. He sat beside Taehyung, close but gentle. Jungkook, the teddy kept me safe too. During the years without you, Taehyung slowly heard. His chest tightened with emotions. Taehyung, so we kept each other alive. Without even knowing, Jungkook nodded, his voice quiet. Jungkook, yes, we did. Their eyes met. Jungkook's heart beat too loudly. He had waited too long, searched too long, heard too long. Tonight he wanted to stop humming. He wanted to speak. Jungkook, Taehyung, I need to confess something. Taehyung blinked slowly, nervous. Taehyung, yes. Jungkook took a teddy with the blue paw and placed it gently in Taehyung's hand. Then, Jungkook, I love you even when we were children. I didn't understand it then, but now I do. Taehyung lip parted in surprise. Jungkook continued, voice warm and full of truth. Jungkook, when I lost you, it felt like losing a part of my life. I searched for you for years, every summer, every holidays. I went back to village hoping you might return. Taehyung curled his mouth here, softly Jungkook, and went you into my house as employee. Jungkook, I love you. My heart recognized you before my mind did. I was sad to tell you, scared if you leave me again. Jungkook had trouble when he whispered, Jungkook, I love you, Taehyung. I always had. Taehyung felt his whole world stop. His chest broken open with warmth and memories and longing. He couldn't stop the tears. He didn't want to. He reached out with both hands and cupped Jungkook's cheeks gently. I love you too from the very beginning. Taehyung, Jungkook eyes widened. Taehyung smiled through tears. Taehyung, you were my first friend, my first comfort, my first person. And even when I didn't remember your face, my heart remembered you. Jungkook's skull slightly relieved, watching over him like a wave. Taehyung leaned closer, whispering, Taehyung, Jungkook, I love you. Jungkook didn't rush. He didn't pull him close. Suddenly, he simply lifted his hand and brushed away one of Taehyung's tears with his thumbs. Jungkook, can I? Taehyung nodded softly. Taehyung, yes. Met gently like a memory returned home. It wasn't a wild, it was rushed or desperate. It was warm, soft, filled with years of waiting, years of searching, years of silent love. Taehyung held Jungkook's shirt tightly. Jungkook cupped the back of his head with trembling fingers, depend on his light reaches, enough to say, I miss you, I found you, I won't lose you again. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathless, now quiet within him. So, what now? Jungkook, now? Not you stay with me, not as an employee, but as a person. I love you. And lowered his head. I would like that very much. Then lifted gently Jungkook. Then let us start the life we were supposed to have all those summer ago. Then leaned into him, resting his forehead. Then Jungkook sat side by side on the sofa quietly, and so there they stay away for hours talking about everything they remember, their summer, their games, their dreams. They laugh softly and they head naturally. They look at each other like the world has finally made sense. Before going to sleep, they can whisper softly, thank you for finding me again, Jungkook. I never stopped looking. And that means